Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're diving into the wisdom of the legendary industrialist and philanthropist Ratan Tata. We're actually going to break down one of his most powerful speeches and turn it into a practical, hands-on playbook for how you can make a real, lasting impact. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever been really excited about an idea, something big and ambitious, only to have someone immediately shoot it down? You know the words, "That's impossible," or "Nah, that can't be done." We've all been there, right? Well, Ratan Tata sees things a bit differently. He basically says that for the next wave of leaders and innovators, that's you, your job isn't to just accept those limits. No, he says your job is to completely shatter those myths and prove them wrong. It's about getting things done. Okay, so how do you even begin to do that? How do you dismantle that "it can't be done" myth? According to Tata, the answer is surprisingly simple. It all starts with your mindset. And that brings us to our very first big idea. You've got to think like a founder. Just think about some of the absolute giants that have shaped our world. I mean, take Microsoft. That whole thing was born from one person's crazy belief that they could put a computer on every single desk in every home. Or what about Apple? A company basically built on taking huge creative risks. It didn't start in some fancy boardroom. It started with a rebellious, out-there idea. And then there's Amazon. It all began with a concept that sounds so simple now, but was totally revolutionary back then. You could sell anything and everything online. So where did these game-changing companies actually come from? You think they just popped up out of massive corporate buildings with tons of investment cash? Not at all. They started as simple ideas. And yeah, it's a bit of a cliche, but often literally in a garage. They were fueled by people who were just absolutely convinced they could make a difference. That right there, that's the founder's mindset. But look, a big idea is just the starting line. Ratan Tata argues that if you want real, lasting success, the kind that builds a legacy, you need something much, much deeper. You need strong, personal character. Think about it. You're going to face moments, we all do, where the easy path, the popular choice, is in direct conflict with the right thing to do. And those moments, those are the ones that truly define who you are. And here, the choice is crystal clear. You have to resist that temptation to take the easy win if it means compromising your values. Real leadership is all about committing to do the right thing, especially when it's unpopular or just plain hard. So you've got this unwavering ethical compass. But alongside that, Tata points to another core trait that honestly gets overlooked all the time in leadership: real, genuine humility. And he has this perfect way of putting it. Real accomplishment, true genius, it doesn't need to shout from the rooftops. It doesn't have to announce itself. Other people recognize it. See, humility isn't about thinking less of yourself. It's about thinking of yourself less often. All right, so you've got the founder's mindset. You've got a character built on solid integrity. What's next on the list? Well, now you focus on your purpose. It's time to define your mission. And this is where Tata really pushes us to think differently. He wants us to completely redefine what success even means. It's not just about how much money you make or the prosperity you gain for yourself. No, he says real success is that feeling you get at the end of the day, that deep satisfaction of knowing you actually made a difference. And he even gives us a roadmap for it. It all starts with acknowledging the privilege you have, like your education. Then you use that advantage to give back to society. You focus your energy on making a real, tangible impact. Because that, he says, that's where you're going to find true success. So let's recap. We have the mindset, we have the character, we have the mission. But there's one final critical piece to this whole playbook. And honestly, it might be the most important one of all. So all that stuff, your graduation, your degree, any certifications you have, that's not the finish line, not even close. Think of it as the starting date. Your real education, the learning that's going to matter most in your life, that starts the second you step into the real world and start applying what you know. See, your education already proved you've got creativity and diligence. It's giving you the essential tools, right? You are fully 100% equipped to innovate and to take on some of the biggest challenges we're facing today. And that brings us right back to where we started. Ratan Tata's ultimate challenge to you, to all of us, is actually a really simple one. You've got the tools. The potential is there, it's undeniable. So the only question that's really left to answer is this: what difference are you gonna make?